Sludge Central. Tonight I've got a taste test and I'm going to show you a couple pickups. So basically just some updates on what's going on. I've been watching Alien Earth on Hulu. Very cool show. I have to say, I am enjoying that probably as much as I enjoyed the first two Alien movies, which I know sounds crazy to some people, but it's true. Anyway, a lot of updates that I just have not had the chance to even talk about. This is a callback. Recently, I was talking to you guys about Glade and how Glade changed the name. You see, this is still in plastic. I'm not intentionally keeping it in plastic, like to keep it in good condition, contrary to popular belief. This is that Glade that I was talking to you about recently that I really loved. Glade pumpkin and spice. Now this year, they just shit canned pumpkin and spice all together, and they're calling it pumpkin and ginger. It's the same thing. I tested it out, gave it the old sniff test. Hey, call it whatever you want, as long as it smells the same, which is an absolute delight. Oh yeah. Something else that I just pre-ordered. First, let me say, I rely on a lot of my internet friends to keep me abreast of a lot of the news that comes out because it's hard to keep up. Look at that badass shirt right there. It is hard to keep up with all this, right? There's so much stuff that comes out. It's just absolutely mind-boggling. And I don't know how half of you keep up with all of it. You think I know and I'm up on this stuff, which, I am and I try to be, but there is huge news that happens weekly, and you could just miss it. So you have to be glued to social media, which I can't really do. It's a line called Figura Obscura, and I believe they're sculpted by the Four Horsemen. I like those guys. Those are good dudes, especially Corn Boy. And they did a pre-order for a figure of the Jersey Devil. And this thing just looks so cool, just so badass, super detailed, probably one of the definitive Jersey Devil figures. Surprisingly, there's more than you'd think, but I had to pre-order this. Unfortunately, I missed out on the deluxe version. That's sold out, but it had an extra head. I don't know what it is, but I need the ability to switch this thing's head because look how ferocious he looks. You don't want like babyface Jersey Devil the whole time. Sometimes you want the heel Jersey Devil. Okay, so this is the Ecto-Glow Real Ghostbusters set, which was supposed to be a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, which I believe it was. But now it seems like you could just go right on to the Hasbro website and then just buy it. So Ecto-Glow, they're very rare, the original, super rare. But it's basically all the Real Ghostbusters figures done in glow-in-the-dark paint, which is awesome. I can't wait. They actually did a Ecto 1 to go with this set. All right. Something else that I purchased. It's probably easy to guess that I am a fan of Fruity Pebbles. One of the best cereals. It's definitely maintained in terms of that nostalgia factor and how it does taste very, very similar. A lot of cereals do not taste the way they did back then because of different ingredients and various, like less sugar and regulations and whatnot. But I do feel Fruity Pebbles and Cocoa Pebbles, they had that original vibe. So they never really went out of style. They kind of maintained. So I definitely give them credit for that. And how they branch out. Fruity Pebbles had these crisps not too long ago. They had a lot of tie-ins. So now they've got Fruity Pebbles Pure Protein bars. Workout Wilma. That's a fun idea, to get your favorite breakfast cereal or someone's favorite breakfast. It's definitely in my top of the 80s kids cereals that I grew up with. Oh, look at that. The bar itself looks to be like almost like a white chocolate. It looks like a fruitcake, but those are Fruity Pebbles. It does look like nougat, even though I know it's not nougat. or like a piece of cement in bedrock. This is excellent in terms of protein bars. If you can get your Fruity Pebbles in your protein bar, that's pretty good. It does taste very similar to Fruity Pebbles, so I give them credit. That's a cool tie-in. I know they've had Fruity Pebbles, protein powders, and all that kind of stuff, but I never got into it because I didn't want a whole giant gallon if I wasn't going to use the whole thing. Those things are hit or miss. Okay, A&W Ice Cream Sundae, 0 sugar. I found the 0 sugar, which I was happy about. You know how it is. Sometimes it's a real bitch trying to find 0 sugar. Oh. Oh, yeah. I think I got my mug here. Mug, where are you? I love my mug. So this is like supposed to be an ice cream sundae flavor from A&W. It smells like Romano cheese. It's wild. Why would they intentionally make it smell like that? Well, it definitely doesn't taste like Romano cheese. This is really good. It absolutely tastes like an ice cream sundae. The finish has that chocolate syrup vibe to it. This is accurate to what they're saying. So that's pretty impressive that they got all those flavors, the melange of ice cream and chocolate syrup. I give that high marks. When I was a kid, I loved making an ice cream soda. You know, like on a Friday night, this was a big deal. Get some soda, some ice cream. We would just pour the soda, drop some, like 2 scoops of ice cream, get the straw, let it start melting in. By the end, you got that froth. It's exploding in your face. This reminds me of that. I just remember sitting there like a pig and watching a movie, twirling the straw around, being super obnoxious. You know, you did that too. Just trying to seep up every last drop at the bottom of that Coca-Cola glass. You know what I'm saying. You know it to be true. Wow. I'm really enjoying that. I'm surprised. And it's 0 sugar, so just drink as much as you want. You're gonna burp a lot, but you know, hey, nature of the beast, right? Lastly, I honestly have no idea if these were out last year. I don't remember. You're just gonna have to roll with it. These are the Little Debbie pumpkin spice oatmeal pies. And these oatmeal pies, I would get one of these in my lunch and I'd be like, oh, yes. They were so good. Very soft outer oatmeal cookie. And the interior was that delicious cream. It was like that really sugary cream. And then it got so popular that it wound up in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. So, I mean, I don't have to review the oatmeal pies. Everyone knows how good they are. Here we go. Trying to open the box, right? All I know is a pumpkin spice version of the oatmeal pie from Little Debbie sounds ridiculously good. I'm on to you guys. I'm positive you're probably thinking, he just does YouTube to have an excuse to eat crap like this, right? No, it's not crap, but you know what I mean. It's not healthy for you whatsoever. But it's fun to try, especially during the fall season. You need to accommodate the needs of all products. You need to show everyone some equal attention. You know what I'm saying? All right. That is very pumpkin spicy. I mean, it's not spicy, but there is a pumpkin element to the cream. I have to say, it's not as good as the original. It didn't knock my socks off. but it is definitely pumpkin spice. So if you're down with the PS in between your soft oatmeal cookie, then you're going to enjoy this quite a bit. I'm starting to think it's my Ghostbusters 2 mug that smells like Romano cheese. Thanks for hanging out with me here at Sludge Central. This is Jay, signing off.